Good morning, people. Here in the United States, Chelsea are getting ready for kickoff. 15 minutes until Chelsea versus Crystal Palace. Let me just send out some tweets saying that we're live. Okay, got a lot to get into. With the transfer market closing, Chelsea have completed quite a bit of business over the last week or so. They have finally completed the Jadon Sancho move. So Jadon Sancho is a Chelsea player. Quite a few moves went the other way. We had Trevor Chalobah leaving, going to Crystal Palace. That's a short trip for him tonight. Broja is going on loan to Everton. We had a couple of other moves that did not get across the line. Apparently, Frankfurt was in for Carney Chukwuemeka. David Washington had a loan possibly to Hull City and Strasbourg that were taken care of, but I would expect over the next couple of days that those moves start to become more realistic in terms of like Portugal and whatnot. Carney is not in today's match day squad. Cesar Casade is, as you can see on the bench there. So there is a lot to get into. Hold on. Okay. So, big game today. Chelsea need to get ahead of get on the front foot again as they did against Wolves. We liked pretty much everything that we saw in the match against Wolves. Chelsea were clinical. They built up from the back well. They utilized long passing. Their wingers looked great. Their finishing was great. There was a lot to like. And then we moved to the Servette match on Thursday, and it was not that. Mind you, a much more rotated squad. But this looks like a very strong lineup today. And if you just start to look at the bench as well, Chelsea have options off the bench. João Felix, Mykhailo Mudryk, Christopher Nkunku, Kieran Dewsbury-Hall, Tosin. So there is a lot of players that are out there that can help this team. I think when you look at where we have been with this squad over the last, 12, 18 months, sometimes we had 3 goalkeepers on the bench. We had academy players filling out the bench. That's not really the case right now. Looking at that bench, it is fantastic to see. Also, Jadon Sancho will be here as well. So there is a lot to like about this squad right now. So it's all about being consistent, continuing to go in the right direction. Too many times last year, Chelsea would have a very good performance and then follow it up with an absolute stinker. So let's see what this looks like today. I hope for the best. I think that when you start to look about how the formation and the tactics are setting in, I personally expect Chelsea to line up like this. I think that that's not very, there's not too much to say on that. I think, Gusto does a very, very good job of getting into the midfield and kind of pairing with Caicedo. It's going to be very, very important. One of my key matchups of the match tonight is Eze in this space right here. So there's going to need to be a lot of conversation between these 3 players in terms of tracking back and finding Eze. I think that's critical. In order to stop Palace, in order to limit them, which they have not had a great season to start, but going into the tail end of last season, they were one of the hottest teams in the Premier League, and Eze was a huge part of that. Eze and Mateta. So that's a really, really important battle when you start to talk about defensively how Chelsea will manage this, right? Then furthermore, a couple of players that I think could be causing a problem for us on the Palace side of things is Adam Wharton. Adam Wharton is a guy that Chelsea were interested in last year. He's really blown up. I mean, making the England squad for the Euros. So Wharton is a guy that Chelsea need to make sure that they're doing a very good job in keeping account of offensively and defensively. He's a very, very complete midfielder. So that's a guy that you really want to focus on. Tyreek Mitchell is another guy that I'm very interested to see how that matchup works. He does a very, very good job of limiting dribbling attackers, right? So that's what Madueke does. That's what Noni is his strong suit. So that will be kind of strength on strength going up and down these wings over here. So seeing what Madueke can bring to the table as well. We also, guys, we just want to see a little bit more of, I think Palace will not be as expansive as Wolves were. I think Palace are going to be happy to kind of sit in because I think to this point, Chelsea have not really solved the low block crisis. They were able to push and go at an overextended Wolves team quite frequently and make quick counterattacks and whatnot. So I would expect personally to see Palace drop back a little bit and have Chelsea try and break them down still. So it's not necessarily going to be the easiest match because I think Palace have some great defenders. They have some good midfielders and whatnot. But as we get closer and as we talk about the game and we see it here, we will get into it and kind of explain how we're seeing Chelsea break down that Palace defense. So as always, guys, I want to thank you for being here. If you haven't already, please go ahead and like this video. Every like matters, helps the algorithm a lot. Let me know in the chat where you guys are watching from, what you guys think about the squad here, and think about the lineup. I personally think that this is our strongest lineup that we can bring to the table right now. Oh, looks like they're bringing Jadon Sancho out to the field right now. Man, when you start to look at our attack, guys, it's really, really some tantalizing stuff when you talk about the players that we can bring off the bench. Sancho will be another addition. I personally am very excited about the addition of Sancho. I think he's a guy that has a lot of qualities, right? A lot of qualities and a lot of traits that you would like in a player. His ability to be aggressive. I mean, he had almost 70, I think it was 78 goals and assists over 3 seasons against at Dortmund before he went to Manchester United. So there is certainly a player in there. And I truly hope that Jadon is able to come in here into this squad and basically sort of fulfill his destiny, so to speak, of a very versatile attacking, winger. And I think when you start talking about his positional versatility and Neto's positional versatility and Felix's positional versatility, and people talk about the stockpiling of wingers and whatnot, well, these guys could fit into 10. João Felix can play as a false 9. He could play as a 10. So there's more than one way that these guys can be implemented into this team. So having those Swiss Army knife players is something that Enzo Maresca had really decided to really dive in on. And because I think when you looked at last year with the injury crisis, you didn't have players that could play multiple positions. So having players that could play multiple positions is a great thing. So I'm happy about the window. I think that as a whole, this window can truly not be judged today. I think this is a window that needs to be judged in a couple of years' time, because I think the crown jewel of this window is Estevao, who is currently at Palmeiras, will be here next season. I think his talent, his ability is second to none. So when he comes into the league, obviously there's going to be probably a season of getting assimilated into the squad and whatnot. But the question then is, how does that translate to the Premier League? But I think overall Chelsea have done a good bit of business. I think they've bought players that have been able to come in and affect the squad today. And I think that's a key. People are clamoring for that. So seeing if they can come in, affect the squad today, help out, that will be great. Wow, I just realized that Pedro Neto's number is still the same. I forgot that he changed it. We haven't done a watch along in a few days. I was out traveling a bit, so we are getting back into the swing of things here. I want to thank you all for being here as well. Let's get that changed. We are about 5 minutes away from kickoff, guys. If you haven't, please go ahead and like the video. Let me know where you're watching from. The players are headed back out there, getting lined up, ready to come out. Robert Sanchez does maintain his position in goal. I thought he has looked somewhat better since preseason, I think. Overall, coming from Brighton, it hasn't been a great start. He's definitely mistake prone, so you're going to hope that you can limit those in a match today, because I think that's critical to Chelsea's success, is just being very clean. If you watch that Wolves second half, one thing that you had to like a lot was just them being very clean in the build-up, very clean in the attack. There was a lot to like. So we hope to see that continue in the match today. If you haven't, guys, please go ahead, follow me on Twitter at CFCDP1 as well. I also want to thank our show sponsor, Cy Phillips Talks Chelsea, an amazing platform that I have been part of for the last almost 2 months now, giving content to them. Great platform, has a bunch of match analysis stuff. During the transfer window, it's amazing. Sourced articles, you want to know why, who, and how is coming to Chelsea. Simon's page is fantastic, so go ahead and hit that link in the description. You guys can get subscribed today. So, players are coming out. Enzo Fernandez is the captain today. Pedro Neto is getting his full Premier League debut from the start, so that's exciting to see. You guys, we really start to wonder, is Mykhailo Mudryk kind of at the end of the road here with Chelsea? With Neto and Sancho now, understanding that, yes, you can have, Neto play on the right wing. Madueke is not going to start every match. Is Mudryk just like a Conference League player? It seems like he will be at this time. But good things we've seen from Pedro Neto so far. Excited to see him get his full debut. If you guys are just joining, please go ahead, hit like on that video. Every like is a huge help for me. Lets me know that you guys are liking the content, liking what we're bringing here. And we will continue to bring that great content for you guys. So, all right. Players are taking the field, guys. We are 2 minutes from kickoff. Super excited to bring you this, guys. We will be doing a live match commentary. We will talk about some of the tactical things that is happening in this match today. We do it a little differently. We talk about some trends that we're seeing on the field. Definitely still reactionary and whatnot. But we do it a little different here, so I hope that you guys enjoy the content. And if you want more of my tactical content and whatnot, like I said, go to the link in the description for Cy Phillips Talks Chelsea. Get subscribed today. It's an amazing platform. I think also, guys, one of the things that I think is very, very important is that Chelsea are very, very sharp in the build-up, right? They're very, very sharp in the early parts of, the matches, right? I think that when you look at the crowd and whatnot and how they're getting into the match, I think Chelsea have not done a necessarily great job of getting the fans behind them in the beginning with some expansive play. I hope Chelsea do offer that today. But we'll get into it. Thank you all for being here. All right, guys, we are inching closer and closer to kickoff. Few minutes here, and we will be live. Enzo Maresca is greeting the Crystal Palace manager. Teams are beginning to talk. getting their little team talks before, and we'll get into it. Who are you guys most excited to see today? I'm personally most excited to see what Neto brings on that wing. I'm hoping that Madueke continues to have a very good match. That matchup against Tyreek Mitchell is going to be fantastic to see. I expect Palace to get into sort of a lower block. Chelsea have not really shown the ability yet this season to break it down. Most of their, against Wolves, it was very open, very expansive play. So I expect kind of Palace to sit in and let Chelsea have the possession and see if Palace can counterattack. If you haven't, guys, just hit a like on that video. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe to the channel. Thank you all for being here. All the support is fantastic so far. All right, players are getting lined up. First whistle will be blowing in a minute. Palace will be taking the kickoff. Let's get into it. Palace on the front foot early. Eze, kind of like I had mentioned, if you had joined me earlier, Eze is going to be really trying to cause havoc in these spaces, right? So it's going to be important for, as Malo Gusto transitions back into this right back position from inverting, it's going to be very, very important for him to kind of communicate with Fofana. It's going to be important for Madueke to track back. And sort of see how they can combat Eze. And as you've noticed, Palmer already. Come on, Pedro. Foul. Good start. So as you can see here, Chelsea had the possession quite a bit already. They got the ball in this area, and Palmer truly is, guys, playing that free role. Playing that free role. You saw him drop all the way over here in the build-up, right, to get into the play and get onto it quickly. So I would expect, guys, that you're going to see, as you had noticed maybe that Palmer was playing centrally against Wolves. I would imagine that you're going to see something very, very similar, right, when it comes to Palmer in just truly trying to drop into any space that he can get. I mean, just give him the free role as the catalyst in this situation and let Enzo really play a box-to-box, get Palmer over here, get Palmer over here. Right now he's all the way on the left side, so, really just a free, versatile role for Palmer today. What I liked, and we see Levi Cole on the ball here, he did a really nice job. Nice pass, Neto. All right. Levi did a really good job. I think he completed 6 of 8 long passes last week, and he did a very nice job in basically utilizing that build-up. Utilizing that in build-up, so passing the ball up to Jackson and allowing those Enzo and Palmer to kind of run off of them. So I was impressed with that. I think Levi's gotten a lot of stick from his defensive stuff, but in terms of offensively, Levi's long passing was very attractive in the last match. So. And I think Wesley Fofana has a chance to string a couple good games here together. Yeah, so Palace are right now operating in that sort of mid block. They're not necessarily letting Chelsea, dominate really in this area here. So they're really tightening things up in here. They're bringing Kamada in. They're bringing Wharton in. They're bringing Hughes up as well. They're trying to keep Chelsea, past. They're trying to keep them they don't want them to really go much further than this line here. So, Chelsea need to really be smart when it comes to basically just putting in little passes to get back behind that line. So you saw earlier a second ago, you saw Neto, get into this area with the ball, pulling up Munoz. Klein was there, and Enzo just kind of caught him sleeping, and there was a little draw passed here to Enzo. So to attack those mid blocks, you're going to have to do some little through balls. You're going to have to basically catch some guys sleeping as well. So good morning, everyone that's here. If you haven't liked this video already, just hit that like button. One click is a huge help for me. So if you want to hit like, that'd be fantastic. And what do you guys think about the Victor Osimhen saga, too? I heard today, if I'm not mistaken, I heard that Chelsea could be potentially working on signing a pre-agreement for January, if possible. Lukaku goes to Osimhen, takes his number, scores yesterday, so it's not a great situation for Victor. Chelsea were offering some pretty low wages, reportedly, like 130K or something like that was reported. 4 million in guaranteed, and another 4 million in bonuses, which would be a wage cut. Which I totally understand why Victor's camp didn't want to do that. I guess I can't blame Chelsea for trying to offer, but still, it's just that's kind of an insulting offer, so to speak. But they did extend Jackson today, kind of rewarding him for the progress that he has made. I personally, I really like Nico. I think Nico, if he is to take that next step, that's truly what can make this team great. Is having players like that in that wage bracket make a step forward that exceeds his value of purchase, exceeds his value of wage, and Chelsea have done a nice job, I think, in how do I want to say it, in rewarding those guys early and saying, hey, well done, you've done well, we're going to give you a little bump. And I think Chelsea's model as a whole, doing that bump process, gives guys incentives to, work hard, continue to, you can earn more money and whatnot. But it takes a certain player to buy into it, right? So it's not always going to be so cut and dry, so to speak. They're not going to offer They're not going to offer 250K right out of the jump. That's just not what they're going to do. So the one problem I have with that is that, knowing what the deal would take probably from the beginning was an interesting one. That the deal is going to be, you're going to be kind of outside of your comfort zone. And I understand, waiting for the suitors not to come to the table and hoping you can force his hand a little bit to kind of accept what you want. However, the thing is like, if you brief all summer that Victor Osimhen is your top target, and then you don't get him, and you don't really even come to the table of like what he would really want, that I think led to a very big disappointment from the fans. They say big expectations lead to big disappointments. But, Chelsea did say, I will give them credit, they did say that they want him on their terms, right? So that was never really something that they strayed outside of. It was never, oh, we're going to get him at all costs necessarily. But they didn't get him. So we'll see if they get to a little pre-agreement maybe for January, or if they do decide to get a striker in, because I feel like a transfer ban is coming, guys, in the summer. So probably for maybe a couple windows. So Chelsea need to be smart. They need to see where this team is at and see if a number 9 can take them to the next level. Come on, Noni. Pretty cagey game to start. A lot of fouls at this point. No real clear-cut chances. We're 10 minutes in. Come on, Malo. So we are seeing Palmer and Enzo flank Jackson. Palmer is in much, and I would say both of them. Those attacking 8s are in a very, very free role. Uh-oh. Nice defense from Caicedo to stop that break. Let's go. Switch the play. Come on, Enzo. Come on, Pedro. Yeah, so as I was saying, guys, these attacking, when we talk about Chelsea's box midfield, right, we talk about, the inverted fullback, Caicedo, Enzo, and Palmer. People talk about the structure and rigidness of the Maresca system, but I think he's been flexible, especially in the first, especially in the Wolves match, right? Because you can't really judge the Man City performance because they weren't really running tactics that were necessarily, what you would expect them to do against most teams. But these two guys here really have a free role. They can really pop in and out of any channels they want. They can drop into the build-up. They can move out wide. So when you start to talk about, come on, Cole. Oh. Nice shot from Cole from outside the box. He picks it up. He has the ability to run at Mark Gahey. Mark Gahey is not on the bench, and their names are very similar. And Cole almost put it in. Very good attempt from this area. Gahey kind of came up on him. Palmer tried and just fizz it into the bottom left corner. It went a little wide. But, seeing Palmer in that free role has really changed things, I think, He just is not a prototypical right winger. He's not a touchline winger. And I think you look at Chelsea's business, and I think that, what their signings kind of reciprocated that, right? Bringing in another couple of wingers, bringing in Jadon Sancho, bringing in João Felix that can play out wide, bringing in a Neto that can play on both sides. Does it cause a problem for Christopher and Nkunku to find, a long run of games potentially? Go Nico. Foul, yellow card. Man, Nico Jackson is so good in that little hold-up play, getting the ball and turning to dribble. He doesn't lay it off much. He really rates himself, with his time at, playing winger, his dribbling ability. He tries to catch and roll the defender quite a bit, and he's usually quite successful with that. It's one thing with Osimhen. His hold-up play was decent, but I don't think it's as dynamic as Jackson's necessarily. Now, obviously, Osimhen is a much better finisher than Nico Jackson, which you clearly want from the striker position. But just in terms of of the buildup, right? I mean, Jackson is so critical to what we want to do. Chelsea was 72% possession in the first 14 minutes. I would say that, Palace hasn't really done anything offensively. They haven't had too many chances. Chelsea have done a very, very nice job of dominating possession. I think when you start to talk about what Enzo Maresca's sides like to offer, right? They like to offer possession, strength, and basically high counter pressing, high regains. And we've seen all that so far, which is a good start. Oh, Enzo, really good idea. Malo Gusto was kind of popping up in this channel, guys. Kind of pulling Hughes out of the way. Jackson was occupying these guys down here. Enzo popped into here. And he just tried to play a little chip ball over to Jackson and Palmer, but it was just a little bit out of the range. Boys are fighting today. Caicedo is taking this game very strong. Come on, no fouls. Nice. Uh-oh. Good save. Caicedo looks on it today, guys. Pretty good deflections. Very good in breaking up some of this attacking play from Palace. As you see pretty frequently in the build-up process, guys, you're going to see, because Gusto is inverting and this left center back, left back, so to speak, and Cucurella is so wide, you're going to see Malo Gusto drop in. You're going to see a Caicedo drop in to assist in the build-up process. Just another thing to pay attention to. One thing that's also crucial, guys, to note is that, Gusto is going to be kind of, and like against counterattacks and whatnot, Gusto is going to be kind of having to kind of go back into that right back position. It's really crucial for Enzo to be able to drop back in at times. That was one problem that we saw with KDH in that game against Sevret, was that KDH just did not drop back into the midfield, and it caused a lot of problems when that inverted fullback was trying to move back into his natural position in the defense. Very cagey start. Very, 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 very cagey start. A lot of fouls. One pretty clear-cut opportunity from each team. Wharton had a decent shot on goal, which was easily saved, and Palmer probably with the most best effort for Chelsea with his left foot trying to curl it in. Really impressed with Madueke. Very impressed with Madueke in terms, obviously going forward is important, but ever since really halfway through last season with Poch, really just focusing on his defensive work and just the effort. A lot of players, they're very gifted offensively, but if they don't do the other parts of the game, unless they're exceptionally good offensively, you just can't live with guys that are just playing half the game. Come on, no mistakes. No mistakes is critical. We cannot make mistakes. Got to play a clean game. Yeah, guys, you just saw it. I'm in the, if you're watching along, if you're watching the game and I'm alongside you, you're seeing Caicedo really drop into the center back role. And Fofana is truly pushing up on that right-hand side in this build-up process. A little worrisome, potentially, just because you don't want to get caught out too bad, and Caicedo has responsibilities in the midfield and whatnot. But Caicedo is doing a very, very good job. I'm very, very impressed with him today. Hughes is sort of on Palace, is on a yellow already. He's pushing the boundaries. A couple of fouls here and there. I would imagine that he wants to be careful. Wait, shoot it. No, Noni. Oh my God, man. That's what I'm talking about. Big chances. You have to finish your big chances. Oh, he was kind of getting pushed from behind from Guhi, but oh, you got to lift it and finish it, Noni. Oh, he just couldn't wrap his foot around it. Damn it. Good. Come on, Enzo. This Mitchell versus Noni matchup is going to be very, very good today. The crowd's into it. Come on, guys. Let's go. Let's capitalize. Let's capitalize. It's kind of nice when the transfer window's over because, people are always on Clear Lake and whatnot. Whatever your views are your views, no doubt about that. But it's kind of nice when it's over because people can kind of just focus on the matches and focus on the team that we have. And certainly it's an exciting team. Oh, Noni. Oh, my God. Oh my God. What a ball from Enzo. Wow. Wow. Chelsea are looking very, very, very strong right now. Unlucky to not be up. Madueke has had 2 pretty good chances. And one thing that I want to mention too, and I've mentioned this on a couple of platforms, on Simon Phillips' website, on Twitter and whatnot. There is just going to be, you start to talk about what these guys are, and maybe it's because I'm from American sports, and maybe it's different, perhaps, but I think that this team, just because of how young they are, you can't really say. I look at like a 12-month period and I'm like, that's just not enough time to really reserve any judgment. Certainly, players can exceed their See, Enzo goes down and Caicedo's on an island over there, but Chelsea are able to get back. You can't really, to me, make any lasting judgments on any of these players in a space of 12 months. They're just so young. Go, Noni. Go! 4-on-2. Nico! Let's go! Let's go! Palmer assist, Jackson goal. Wow, excellent job. Daniel, we'll have Simon on in one of these streams coming up in a little bit here. He wasn't able to make it on today, so we come to you here pretty much every match. So we'll have a little bit of input from the whole cast of beautiful. Cole Palmer, another assist. Nico, a goal. That's what I'm talking about, guys. That's what's critical in this. Natural progression. If Nico can become that clinical finisher, and that was a tap in, but it was a difficulty. He had to reach over, just get enough on it, right? Nico, well done. Dean Henderson's down. I think he got a little kick in the head by one of his own teammates, to be honest with you. Nico. Very, very good. Yeah, he got clipped in the back of the head by his teammate. Oh, man. That's what I'm talking about, though. When you start to think about why Chelsea don't push the limits on Victor Osimhen, if Nico Jackson can make the next step, if he can make the next step in his finishing, signing like that isn't so important. If Nico can do that, now we're really, really starting to talk, about some serious stuff, because he has everything. Nico has everything. It's just the finishing, heading, a couple of mistakes here and there, but players make mistakes, right? It's not necessarily. Oh, like Bali with Jadon Sancho in the booth. Gotta love that. Exciting times, guys. Exciting times. We just, it's all about growth. And I was finishing my thought from before, but it's all about growth. These players are so young, they're only going to get better. If cultivated, if in the right system, if we're surrounded by the right people. And I think Chelsea have focused across these 4 windows. And yes, the managers have not been great. Yes, there's been some flops in players. There's 100% certainty, right? That's without a doubt. But they've continued to get better and better with player recruitment. I really believe in Enzo Maresca. I believe his style is so good. And, one thing I really wanted from, if we were going to keep Pochettino, was like, yes, the continuity is going to be a great thing. Like having a continuity in a group right? That builds together. Well, they have a core of players that are going to continue to get better and better. Now it's just about, fine tuning that, continuing rhythm. There's no doubt that this team is going to be able to score. There's no question. Yes, I really truly think, though, this team goes as far as the defense and goalkeepers. And yes, Wesley Fofana is kind of newer, right? Newer in the sense where he hasn't played a lot. Levi is trying to take that leadership position. Robert Sanchez is prone to a mistake or two. However, I think that as far as from a build-up, attacking sense, Chelsea have done a fantastic job in that sense. So let's see what we can do, guys. Let's check out, see if there's any. Tottenham and Newcastle are at 0-0 right now. But, guys, you win this game and you're like, okay, we're starting to feel something, right? We're starting to feel, uh-oh. Cover. Nice. Get it out of there, Malo. Come on. God, we are dynamic on the counter. Good pass. Get it, Noni. Oh, he just kind of shot it. Probably a bad decision, but you're playing on confidence. Get a shot off. That's fine. Man, but we are just so damn dynamic in that counter attack. When you're in that transition, what a beautiful pass from Palmer. Palace looked just like a little light in the midfield. They have two in Ward and Hughes, but when you're inverting, it just causes a lot of pressure. Having a Malo Gusto in there and then having Palmer, because when Palmer's popping up in different areas and you don't really know where he is, that's obviously a problem. But, just from a marking stance, now you have one guy that you're two guys that are thinking, oh man, nice cross. No, that's a foul. You have two guys here that are kind of trying to say, okay, well, where's Palmer going? Enzo is kind of floating around. Giving those guys a free role limits some of the communication that you can have, between those guys. So I think Palace will probably need to bring on another midfielder probably at halftime, because right now they just look a little outnumbered in that midfield. Nice regain. Cover for him. Cover for him. Oh, they're not giving him a yellow for that. Wesley Fofana on a yellow. Yeah, he kind of kicked through the back of him. Guys, if you haven't, please go ahead and hit that like button. Another big shout out to our show sponsor that we're working with. This is an official partner channel of Simon Phillips Talks Chelsea. So all of our content here is brought to you by Simon Phillips Talks Chelsea. So go ahead and find that link in the description. Subscribe today. If you haven't, guys, yet, follow me on Twitter at CFCDP1. Get it out of there. Come on, Nico. Oh, it's a foul. He just got dragged down, man. Come on. Yes. But what a nice little run of form this would be going into the international break, which I just hate. We've been without club football for however many months, and then we're just gonna go and do an international break after 3 games. I hate that so much. And then there's another one in October. It just kind of sucks. I mean, yeah, it'll be good because, you'll have some time on training, kind of look in at the first 3 matches and sort of review sort of where you're at. Now, bad pass. Nice, Caicedo. Nice, Moises. Well done. It's hard because I'm used to, watching these games and, tweeting during them. But ever since we started doing these watch alongs, my Twitter is kind of dry during the watch along because I'm so focused on watching it and everything. Yeah, guys. Kind of interesting. Fofana is almost playing like a right back in build up. Caicedo's dropping in. Gusto's in this area. Palmer is dropping all the way over here. That pulls defenders up, right? Now Enzo has sort of a free roll to kind of roam around and wait for that next pass. Once they are in regular, once they have kind of beaten that middle press, so to speak, they do kind of slide back into what their, positions are. But nice turn, Cole. Come on. Get it, Nico. Oh, wrong pass. You had Malo in the middle. Uh-oh. Nice work, guys. Defensively, Chelsea have kind of taken this personally. I mean, even I said it, right? The defense is something that is just such a question mark right now, right? Can they not get into 3-2 huge shootouts? Can they win a 1-0? Can they win a 2-0? I think they've taken it kind of personally, right? They're viewed as the weak point of the team, goalkeeping as well, but go Neto. Wait, oh. Neto's very quick. Nice little interchange with Cucurella, who kind of popped in a little bit, kind of took him in a touch. Neto's here on the outside. Neto puts one little move. Cucurella does a nice little ball over the top to Neto. Didn't work out to anything, but when I was doing kind of some of my initial look at what Maresca could bring to the system, Moises, you got to be careful, man. Got to be careful. When we were talking about Maresca coming in is, a lot of these slide backdoor kind of cuts, right? Go, Nico. Oh, almost. Game's opening up just a little bit. Make sure you're watching them, Levi. Nice work. Looking good defensively. Looking very strong defensively. Crowd seems into it too, which is good. And these games are the ones that I'm always a little worried about, you know, the Palaces and whatnot. You know, for a few years now, it seems like Chelsea have usually stepped up to the plate when they're playing against better opposition. But it's these matches that are often kind of tricky for us. It's a foul. Really strong first half. Really strong first half defensively. Definitely have been some very good creation moments for us. Pedro Neto hasn't been like super involved. He got some look in the first couple of minutes. Nice. Oh, gotta be a better ball, Enzo. Very well done, Noni. Noni tracking all the way back to stop Mitchell. Love that. Good turn, Palmer. God, they just look so fluid. Oh man, Neto generated a very, very, very nice cross with his left foot, and it landed on Jackson's head, but he tried to generate enough power, but he just couldn't. But guys, the buildup is so fluid. It's so fluid. You often see that when they're in that buildup phase, and bear with me for a minute so I can get it kind of set up, so I can kind of illustrate it for you guys. So what I like so much, and what's kind of creating a situation where Chelsea are able to get sort of these little mini fast breaks, right? Colwell can kind of edge out to this area and find Cucurella. When Cucurella is in this area, kind of an interesting thing that we're seeing is this little pass here to Enzo. Now, when you give that little pass to Enzo and you're pushing guys up, right? What I'm seeing personally is that Neto is really, really doing a fantastic job of getting past his defender. And either Enzo or Cucurella are looking to find that, right? That's one extreme, example that we're seeing a lot so far, is that let's get into a triangle here and let's try and isolate some of these guys, right? Let's get Enzo here where he can do a left foot little crossover to Neto. Let's get Cucurella so we can get a little over the top ball to Neto. Oh. So when Neto then gets it here, now we have a situation where Wharton's all the way up here, occupied with Enzo. He's trying to recover. And now you look in what's happening in the box. Jackson's in here and he's on a one-on-one. Palmer's kind of coming in. Malo's coming in. So this triangle that they're creating out on the wing is making it basically just kind of like just a bunch of one-on-ones. And if you're Chelsea, you say, well, we rate our players more than we rate the Palace defenders. Inching closer to halftime, guys. We got about a minute left. I want to thank you all for being in here. We've had an excellent start to the stream. Always better when Chelsea are, looking better. So Palmer dispossessed. They've been dealing with it, though. They've made a few mistakes. Obviously dispossessions are going to happen and whatnot, but generally speaking, the back line has been there to cover, and they've cleaned up the mess pretty good. Now, Palace haven't offered too much, but it's looked good. Looked fluid. And when you have this much quality as Chelsea does, you're going to get that. Come on, Neto, take him on. Oh, you could get... Oh, man. Three added minutes, guys. Thank you all for being here. If you haven't liked already, please go ahead and hit like on that little button there. Helps me out a great deal. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please go ahead and subscribe. Love bringing you guys this commentary and talking kind of about what we're seeing out on the pitch. Chelsea with a very, very, very impressive first half. Defensively, very impressive in terms of the build-up. Probably are a little unlucky not to have had, 2 or 3 goals at this point. I mean, Madueke has certainly had opportunities. Nico finishes his, fresh off of that new little contract extension from this morning that Ornstein reported. So that's all good stuff. All right. Chelsea have given up a free kick kind of in this area of their attack of Palace's attacking third. Sorry, guys, I found a pretty sweet photo that I want to show you. Gotta love that, huh? Gotta love that. Egbali and Sancho in there. Then you have a whole international little break window to kind of get him assimilated, get him learning with the team that's hanging out there. Palace's free kick goes wide. Got about 20 seconds left, and we'll be at halftime. Which is good. All right, they'll kick the ball deep, and we'll go to halftime here in a minute, in a couple of seconds. All right, guys, 1-0. Chelsea are leading. Some excellent stuff that we are seeing from the Blues. What I've liked so far in this half, I think Nico has offered quite a bit. I thought he's looked very good in build up. Obviously, the goal is very, very helpful. Palmer operating in those half spaces. His little turns that he does when he receives the ball is just sensational. It leads to a lot of opportunities and just kind of making like mini counterattacks. So I think Chelsea have done a very good job of. Center backs have done a very, very nice job of cleaning up any mistakes back there. Their passing has been fine. Neto has done an okay job, I thought. A little new still, so that's definitely something you gotta consider. But they've looked pretty dang good back there. Sanchez really hasn't had too much to deal with. Caicedo, I think, has looked excellent thus far. Noni has had some opportunities. Noni defensively has looked very good. So I'm very impressed with how Noni has taken the game on so far. Unlucky to not score. He had one where he probably should have scored, should have wrapped his foot around it a little bit more. But 1-0, we move. No subs really required, I don't think, at this point. You start to talk about 60th, 70th minute. Maybe you bring on João Felix or a Mudryk or an Nkunku. Maybe you don't want to give Neto a full 90 at this point. I understand. You're trying to ease him back into it, right? So that's kind of where I stand. But, guys, I mean, the good thing is there's not really too much to talk about. That's the good thing. The good thing is that there's not really too much to talk about because they're doing everything very well. They're defending well. Sure, we probably could have a couple more goals. Palmer had a really good opportunity. But defensively, it's been very strong. The buildup has been very strong. And you're starting to see this group, albeit this is they're through 2.5 games in the Premier League together, have looked very good. I also would say on the defense, that's another good thing to note. As they play more games together, as they get more comfortable together, you're going to see some just natural comfortability. You're going to see comfortability. You're going to see each of these guys get more comfortable together. Levi is, the leader back there, which is important now that Thiago Silva's not here. Man, that ball from Enzo to Madueke was very, very good. So, guys, what did you guys think of the transfer window? What would you rank it out of 10? Now that we are on the end of it, the Portuguese window is still open. The Dutch window is still open. Turkey is still open, I think, a little bit. I think it's until Monday. So I think maybe we see like a Washington go to Portugal. Maybe Ben Chilwell goes to Turkey. I guess he's been offered to Fenerbahce. So, going to play for Jose, maybe that's appealing to him. If not, he's kind of just going to collect his check, unfortunately. I would probably give it, I'd probably give it like a 7. More good than bad. I think there's a lot of players that we've brought in that can help us now. Pedro Neto, João Felix, Jadon Sancho can help us now. Kieran Dewsbury Hall can help us now. Tosin can help us now. And then, you start to talk about some of the guys for the future. You talk about Estevao, the goalkeeper from Genk. I'm pretty excited about. I've read quite a few things on him. Haven't gotten a chance to watch him yet, but I'm fairly excited about him. I think he could be good. Now, mind you, we have a bunch of goalkeepers on our squad, so some of them are gonna have to go eventually. Where Penders is gonna join Chelsea, but he probably can get a loan. I mean, being 19 or whatever as a starting Premier League goalkeeper is not common, but he has all the ability, has all the talent. Aaron Anselmino is another guy that I really like. Anselmino, I think, has looked very, very confident. I've really only watched him 3 or 4 times since he's been linked to Chelsea, but every time I watch him for Boca, he looks very, very good. So that's an interesting one. But some of these signings I'm not like thrilled about, like Dewsbury Hall. Like, okay, he's your Conference League guy, but like, at a certain point, this team is gonna have aspirations for Champions League, and you're not gonna put Dewsbury Hall out there for a Champions League game to start necessarily. Very good depth option. Did not really like his last match against Sevrat too much. Thought it was poor. But overall, I'm pretty happy with the window. And I think, guys, when we start talking about Victor Osimhen and we talk about that signing, and I mentioned it in the first half, so if you're new here, this is new to you. If you're not, these are kind of a repeat of my thoughts. But if Nicholas Jackson can take the next steps, right, if he can be like, okay, I'm going to make myself more clinical, I'm going to make myself more indispensable, is Victor Osimhen really necessary, potentially? Would you like a backup striker? Maybe that is more of a prototypical number 9 that maybe has some of the same qualities as Osimhen, in terms of heading and aerial ability and finishing, but maybe not necessarily the price tag. Great. Like, can we bring Olivier Giroud back? I would be a huge fan of that. But Nicholas Jackson, man, his touch is just mwah, chef's kiss. His touch is just unbelievable. Enzo looked good in this half too. Yeah, I've been really impressed overall. I can't really say a negative thing about anybody. Couple silly fouls, couple silly yellow cards potentially, but I'm happy. And it's funny, guys, because, last 12, 18, 24 months, it's just been so negative, when talking about Chelsea, and negative talking about the buildup and talking about the squad building and everything. But now as we end their 4-window plan, right, now we can kind of see what their hopes are, and we can kind of see a little bit more of what they kind of envisioned from the beginning. And I think having the right manager is one of the tent poles that you got to really put on this one, right? I think Enzo Maresca has done a very nice job. Very no nonsense, very no nonsense in the media, very encouraging to his players, very just demanding of what he wants. And I think you got to rate all that. He's not backlashing with the board like Poch did. He's not as, I'm not going to call Graham Potter mentally soft, but kind of in that lens of like, you're not sure about this guy optically. When you look at Enzo Maresca, you're kind of just like, yeah, that's a top half Premier League manager at the very least. And what can he do when he sort of changes that, and he actually starts proving himself even more. Furthermore, like, I was listening to an interview earlier this week about, I think it was on Talk Sport. I think it was a former player of Maresca. And he was saying, a former player at Leicester, and he was like, I was kind of thinking about how our squad was and what Enzo Maresca brought to the table. And he felt like at his first season at Leicester, he really only got a glimpse of what Maresca would want to do, like a phase 1 type thing. And he's like, I was confident that, if he were to stay and this would be something that continued, that there would be a phase 2, 3, 4, 5 of how he wants to play. And I think that that's good, because I think when you look at like the age profile of the squad especially, and these guys are so young, that they can kind of take a Maresca 101 and move to a 102 and then move to a 103, and be a part of that growing and maturation process. Which I think Chelsea are looking for. They're looking for somebody to be here long term. I don't think you you look to say this is a bridge guy, right? I mean, you do that with like Frank Lampard when Graham Potter gets fired. And yeah, he's a bridge to who you're bringing in next. And I never thought Pochettino was necessarily the manager that was going to be the guy that when we were going to win titles was going to be that guy. With Enzo Maresca, and maybe it's because I have a bit more sense of he's younger, he's unproven. He could be that guy that you win things with. He very well could. I just never thought that with Pochettino. I never thought that Pochettino was a guy that was like, yeah, you're going to win because of him. You know what I mean? He's never been that guy. His trophies won at PSG. I mean, that's PSG in a league where they dominate. So it's not, if you didn't win, you shouldn't even be a manager anymore with the talent that they had. But I think with Maresca, I think this is a good first season to kind of judge it, right? And not judge it and give it a final stamp, right? Because if we finish 5th or 6th or 7th, then okay, yeah, that's not necessarily a step forward. But I think you've already noticed in the first 2.5 games, and I'll even take the Manchester City game out of here because I think that was sort of a one-off tactically. But if you look at the first 1.5 games other than that, I think it's more so been an identity change in a way that this is a fluid system. It's really been very fluid, and players aren't just running around for no reason. I think when you look at Caicedo and Caicedo's comments earlier this season about what does we ran a lot under Pochettino and whatnot, and Enzo doesn't seem to be like that. There's seemingly a purpose for everything, which I like, which I really like. But I don't know. Manchester United and Liverpool later. That will be a good one. That will be a good match. Hopefully, it's a draw. I don't know about Manchester United. I watch Manchester United and I'm just like, I don't see the vision. Now they made some good signings. I think, De Ligt is a pretty shrewd signing. I think the right back as well from Bayern is a pretty shrewd signing. But they just seem to be lacking something. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the manager. All right, guys, we probably have, I don't know, a couple minutes before the second half gets started. I haven't seen anything on any changes to this point. Nothing really needed, I don't think. I think maybe Pedro Neto can kind of come off after 7 minutes or so, but wow, guys, do I have a photo for you. Let me pull this one up. This is class. Come on. Come on, people. Look at that. Now that's a photo. Now that's a photo. Well, I'd love for you to be as accurate as one of those Olympic shooters, Nico. All right, guys, second half is about to get underway. Some of the substitutes are moving off the field. I'd expect we see probably some Felix. We probably see some Nkunku this match. No changes for either team to this point. All right, now we're underway. Need Chelsea to start out fast. How many times last year did we see Chelsea, go into the halftime or right before halftime, or, within the first minutes come out to a very, very slow start and concede. So let's hopefully see them start out equally fast. I'd like them to score again early and quick. Get it up 2 and be on your way. Get your come on. Wow, nice Wesley. Oh, easy. Palmer doing a very, very nice job. I think when he drops into that midfield, it's helping in that build up quite a bit. Are they going to book him? How do they not book him? How is that not a second yellow card? That is a yellow card. What are you How is he not sent off? He grabbed him. That's a clear foul. That is so poor. That is so bad. That is a second yellow. He just dragged him back. God, that is bad. How do you not call that? He should be sent off. Oh, give me a break. Enzo and Cole Palmer on a free kick. Pretty, Oh, Cole. Oh, what a good save, but needs to be a little bit more in the corner. Damn it. They did a good job putting their taller guys in the end of the wall, so he kind of had to go over the middle guy. Man, that really bums me out, dude. That should have been a red card. Colwell had a really nice corner. Colwell got it on target. Oh. Henderson did a very nice job of getting over onto the edge. Enzo to take it. Nice. Palace making a change. They're taking off Hughes, who should have been sent off. So now he gets to come off the pitch, which is kind of some BS in my opinion. That sucks. Decore comes on for Hughes. God, man, that is so frustrating. He should have been sent off. Man, that is some BS. I don't understand. He like completely dragged him back. I mean, it was like in FIFA when you just give up a foul. Sucks, dude. Wow, nice ball, Moises. Ah, he couldn't wrap his foot on it. Gusto to Jackson, but a really nice long pass. Really, I'm very impressed with this team's build-up today. Just a lot of chances created, even though they, some of them have been little half chances, but the right ideas have been happening. Clean game. Clean game. Come on. What a ball. Oh, Enzo, you almost had it. Get back. Transition. Palmer dropping into that midfield in the build-up is just sensational. How is that a foul? You gotta be kidding me, man. He got the ball. Come on, bro. He got the ball. Set piece opportunity. We know that Chelsea have kind of struggled sometimes with set piece defending. This one is right in this area here. Eze's on it. Good. Good. Way to cover. Now stop the second attack. Good block. Oh, Eze just smashed it in. God damn it, man. Just clear it out. Finish the second phase of it. They just shut off so quickly. Come on, man. I mean, fair play. It was a great goal. Yeah. I mean, it was a great goal. There's nobody that can save that. I mean, it was a picture perfect goal. But my problem is just in that damn second phase of the free kick. In that second phase, you absolutely have to just clear your lines. Live to fight another day. You don't have to get so cute trying to get it out of the box. Oh, that's frustrating. Now don't get silly. Don't get so far out of position. Now they're on the break again. Here comes Palace. Good tackle from Malo. Come on, Noni, get up. This game is very, very open right now. Oh, that's so frustrating, dude. So frustrating. You play such a good game in that second phase of the set piece defending. It's just too frantic. Just clear it deep. Get it out. We don't need to build out of that. I get you on a counterattack, but man, at a certain point, you got to get it out of there. Defend. Corner. They got a lot. They got some momentum now, Palace. Come on, guys. Set piece defending, please. We have to defend. We have to defend. We have to defend. We have to defend. Mark, I don't want to see anybody standing around. I want you guys to go attack the ball. Don't wait. Don't wait. See, they don't clear it. I mean, I get it. Wasn't easy, but clear your lines. Get it out. Looks like a sub is coming on for Chelsea. Pedro Neto is coming out. João Felix is coming in. So I think Felix is probably going to play like on the left wing. Probably maybe it's like for like. I mean, he'll probably have some chances to cut inside a little bit. Come on, guys. Pick it up. Pick it up. Pick it up. Pick it up. I'd love to keep a clean sheet once. I mean, it was a good goal. I mean, you can't say that it was, the shot was like a poor defending thing, but man, you just gotta get out of there. Gotta get it out of there on that second phase of the set piece defending. '58th minute, guys. '59th, excuse me. Palace is really pressing now, trying to get Chelsea a little uncomfortable. Only 2 shots attempted this half to Palace's 3. Somebody help him. Nah, come on. Transition back. Good block. Oh, man, it's nervy because you want to win this game. I mean, it's so critical to win these games. Just need a bit of quality. Come on, João. Oh, man, they just broke our right-hand side down. All right, gave up a corner, but a good stop. 60th minute. Trying to think here what you would do. I mean, you could maybe take Malo Gusto off, move Caicedo back, or move Enzo back, and you could have Nkunku play where Enzo was potentially. You don't have really another like-for-like striker replacement on the bench. Set piece defending. Come on. Come on, defend. Defend this. I love how they put Cucurella on Mateta. I mean, Mateta's like a head taller than him. I get you try to take him out below so he can't jump, but very crowded in the box. Get it out. Second phase. Gotta win it back. Nice save. Oh, shit. Sanchez did a little NBA bounce pass there. A little basketball bounce pass. Almost worked. Haven't seen too much from Edweke, you know, trying to get him, you know, isolated. I mean, Mitchell's a very good defender, so. Ah, Jackson. Gave him a yellow card for continuing on after the whistle. Which is annoying. You know, I mean, I'm not to say that we wouldn't get conceded if there wasn't a red card, but I mean, they completely missed a yellow card, a second yellow for Hughes. I mean, completely missed it. Which is crazy. You know, I mean, he just blatantly pulls him back and it's not another yellow card. I just can't believe that. I mean, I can because that's just how poor the officiating is sometimes, but man, that was shocking. Like, truly bad. So bad. Come on, guys. Wharton is now specifically marking Cole Palmer as he drops into that midfield in the build-up. Come on, Zhao. Oh, man. Better pass. Wow, Eze just gets completely out of it. Get it, Enzo. Good. Come on. Cleaner passing. Oh, man. Nice idea. Nice idea. Nice idea. Very good, Fofana. Wesley Fofana's look good today, guys. Been impressed with him for the most part. Palmer is so confident on the ball. Switch it. Switch it. Quicker. Quicker. Chelsea settling into a little bit of possession here. Oh, nice block from Decore. Palmer would have been in. Now, let's not get out of position here. Help him. Really good. So what we're seeing here is in the build-up process, right? Caicedo, Malo Gusto's in the midfield. Madueke's up further. Wesley Fofana's playing like a right back. Colwell's over here. Felix is moving up. Cucurella's playing left back. Caicedo's coming here, right? So Gusto's operating in this little space. But what Palmer is doing, right? Palmer is basically being allowed to come in and drop into here. Now, Wharton is now, what wasn't happening in the first half, Wharton is now really pressuring up on Palmer up here. If he wants to catch it out here, he won't go that far. But up to the touchline, he is marking Palmer very closely. Now, Cole's good enough to catch, receive, and do something with it. But the thing is Wharton is not trying to get beat back here. What Palmer was doing a few times is that pass would come in, and Palmer would just shield Wharton and then carry it past him to create chances, right? Wharton has now taken it like, Palmer, we're not going to let you shield me off. We're going to stop you right here, so you have to carry the ball over here, which is a little bit different, right? 70th minute coming on. Starting to think about maybe a sub or something like that. Mateta's going off for Sarr. If I'm not mistaken, that's the Sarr that played at Watford quite a few years. Yeah, Wharton is definitely just specifically marking Palmer. Now, there's going to be space, right? Because you're pulling a midfielder out of there. So there's going to be other guys that are going to be open. So let's see if there is a switch to try and find maybe Enzo in those little channels that are being vacated. Oh, come on, Felix. Stop losing the ball. Come on, no, stop. You know, they're losing these little 50-50 balls. It's just too much. That was not what we were seeing against Wolves. Chelsea were very, very good at controlling the ball. They're losing these little ground duels. Just getting a little sloppy. Just getting a little sloppy. Very sloppy. I was just looking to see if any subs are warming up. I'm not seeing anything right now. I'd imagine we try to bring in Kunku on eventually, 20 minutes to go. It's not like anyone's having like a horrible game. Enzo's having a nice game. Malo's grabbing the back of his leg. Oh, I hope it's a cramp and not a hamstring. They're stretching him like it's a cramp, not a hamstring. I think it's a cramp. Disasi is warming up. Disasi would be the replacement. Yeah, I think it's best to bring him off at this point. Okay, Mudrik's coming on. Medweke, I'd presume. Medweke for Gusto, maybe? Let's see. Yeah. So Medweke or Mudrik for Gusto. So this will be kind of interesting to see. So how are they going to do this? I'm wondering. You probably move to just a regular. You probably move Felix inside with Palmer, and you drop Enzo back to where Caicedo was, is my guess. So it's probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah. So I think we're going to look at something like this, guys. Felix is going to come into that attacking 8 position with Palmer. Enzo's going to drop back. Now the question is if you're going to bring Nkunku on. You might take out Medweke, move Palmer out to the right, but allow him to get tucked in. But now you're basically just giving up on that right-hand side. It's a foul. All right. In not a pretty dangerous position. Should be able to get a cross in. Come on, guys. Let's score off a set piece. We need a good ball, good delivery. Looks like Palmer's going to take it. Come on, get a good one in. Oh, Levi. Oh, man. He could have scored it, Levi, but good pressure. Don't get... No, man, they just got diced. Get out. Cover the back post. Oh, shit. Oh, man. Chelsea are getting beat on their lines. You know, they get beat through the lines. It's tough. What a strike. Good hand strength from Sanchez. Come on, defend. Defend the set piece. Come on, quick, 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 quick. How's that not a foul? He just ran right through his body. Easy. Come on, guys. Come on. Ugh. Come on, Wesley. Oh, we need to win. So crucial that we win. No, man. Man. I would imagine that Nkunku's got to come on soon, right? Need to be controlled. That's a huge thing. Come on, guys. Bit of a disruption. We need to win. It's so critical. Liam, how you doing? Welcome on in. We need to win. So Enzo is now dropping into that center back position instead of Caicedo. Where's Nkunku, man? We gotta bring Nkunku in. I mean, 10 minutes is not nearly enough time. Oh, sloppy, dude. Sloppy passes. What are we doing, man? Oh, man. They've just been so sloppy, so poor. Whoa, nice Medwake. Nice little skill from Noni. Come on. We have time. We just got to pick it up. Man, so sloppy. So many dispossessions. Man, Wake's not been good enough, man. Oh, mother. My God. Go, Mudrick. Come on, Zhao. Oh, Kukurea, come on, man. Just so sloppy. That's what's hurting us. The dispossessions, the bad passes, just... They've really stopped Palmer in the midfield from collecting and going forward. Another bad pass. You're getting caught too narrow. Way too narrow. I don't like this. Nice stop. Offside. Come on, guys. I mean, we haven't even had that many clear-cut chances. Subs coming in. And Kunku's coming in for Madueke. You know, Noni had some good chances. He probably should have scored. I don't know where do they move Palmer out wide now, maybe? No, Palmer's still playing inside. And Kunku's playing like right wing. Turn and look. This is the same announcer that always calls Mudryk Madueke. Get it. Come on, guys. Turn the screw a little. I mean, Nkunku's playing like a touchline right winger. Nice turn, Zhao. Come on. Oh, man, it just needed to get through. Nah, man. Oh, what a bummer this would be. Palace is making a sub. Kamada's coming off for Schlupp. Oh man, we gotta score. Gotta win it. There probably will be 5 minutes extra time, I'd guess. Now release. Release. Man. We are, oh, that overlap. We are so sloppy. Foul. Get up, Levi. That's a yellow. Ah. Come on, 90th minute now. Oh, Christopher. Corner. No. You got to win a corner at least. He maybe had Mudryk coming in. I don't think he saw it, though. Tough play. Wow, 8 added minutes. I thought there would be only like 5. Okay. There's still time. Come on, guys. Just got to be clean, right? Can't have too many misplaced passes. Palmer gets a yellow for kicking it randomly. Dang it. Come on, get back. Oh, nice block. Oh, stop being so sloppy. Go. Good job. Pass it back. Oh, Nico. Oh, man. Nice build up. Very tough technique to try and put that in on the near side. Would have liked to see him try and cut it across his body. Get it. Good, Nico. Oh my God, Nico. Come on, brother. Oh, he tried to get it on the near side. Bro, just lift it above him. Oh, it was a good save. It almost got through. Nothing silly. Get the ball back. Come on, release him. Release him. 4 minutes left. Good, Wesley. Good. Come on, guys. They're a little out of position. Come on. Yes, good win. Oh, come on, Cole. Come on, Zhao. Come on, Zhao. Oh, man. Nice technique. He didn't really have any other option to shoot it. Oh, he could have maybe... If he would have just nicked it forward. Oh, man. Damn it. Damn it, damn it, damn it. You know, we should have been more clinical in the first half. We had more than one opportunity. Come on, get it forward. Come on, we'll have a couple more minutes. Oh. Don't switch off. No, you give up a corner. We had so many opportunities, guys. So many opportunities. So frustrating. Just got to be more clinical. You know, you have a game against Wolves where you're doing all the right things, and then, you know, the goalkeeper basically stands on his head and you don't finish. But it's like, man, at a certain point, you just got to finish. There's so many opportunities. Get it out. Wow, man. So open. Wow, Enzo just got clocked in the head with an elbow. All right, it's over. 1-1. Not good enough. Not good enough finishing. The second half was so sloppy. So sloppy. So many dispossessed passes, so many unfinished chances. It just wasn't good enough. But I want to thank you guys for being here with me. We'll have a full match review out shortly. Probably should be out within a couple of hours, so stay tuned to that. Thank you. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Follow me on Twitter at CFCDP1. Go to the link in the bio, Cy Phillips Talks Chelsea, for some great Chelsea content. We will talk to you later. Thank you.